A couple of years ago, I wrote an article called My Outsourced Life. And for this one, I hired a team of people in Bangalore, India, to live my life for me. And they answered my phone, answered my email, they argued with my wife for me, read my son bedtime story. It was the best month of my life. It was fantastic. I just relaxed the whole month. My most recent article for Esquire was about a movement called Radical Honesty. And this was started by a man, a psychologist, who believes that you should never, ever lie, ever, except maybe in poker and golf, he said. And he said, not only that, you should, whatever's on your brain should come out your mouth, no filter. So I tried to do this, and this was a horrible month. This was one of the worst months of my life. To give you a sense, the article was called, I Think You're Fat. So that was it was just dreadful. I do not recommend that. But of all of the experiments I've done, I think that this one, The Year of Living Biblically, was the most radical, life-changing, profound even, and fascinating of all the years I spent. And it was an amazing year, and I just hope that I captured some of that enthusiasm and fascination in my book. So the first thing I did was I bought a stack of Bibles, a literal stack, and I had Christian Bibles, Hebrew Bibles. A friend of mine sent me a hip-hop Bible, which the 23rd Psalm reads, "The Lord is all that," whereas the traditional interpretation is, "The Lord is my shepherd." So I read all sorts of Bibles, and what I did was I then assembled a board of spiritual advisors, because I knew this was a massive, massive project to try to take on the most influential book of all time. So I wanted as much help as I could get. So I got rabbis and priests and ministers of all stripes. And then I read the Bible. I read it from Genesis to Revelations. And I wrote down every piece of advice, every rule, every guideline for living that I could find. And by the end, I had this incredibly long list. 72 pages, over 700 rules. And they ranged from the ones we all know about, the 10 Commandments, love thy neighbor, be fruitful and multiply, so I wanted to follow those. But there were ones that are not as famous or more obscure. There's the beard, the don't shave your beard. So by the end, as Jenny mentioned, I had this huge appendage on my face there. You can see the progression. I spent a lot of time at airport security, as you can imagine, and got called ZZ Top, or that's on a nice day. Ted Kaczynski, I got a lot as well.